Compare prices between our wine rack kits and custom options with our all racking comparison sheet. It's a great way to get a ballpark price on that wine cellar you've always been wanting to build. It goes over our kit options and our custom options and gives you a good idea on where you might stand with the prices for racking. Or if you have some free time, chat with us live. You can speak with a customer service representative via text or video, and you can give your measurements and we can get a free design started for you today. Now let's take a look at the sheet. Let's scroll down the page to take a look at the form. You can see the photos from the kit racking and custom racking, as well as the print-friendly version that will give you an easy way to take a look at this form offline, and the form below. Starting off with our shallow depth racking at 8 3/4 inches deep. The body of the bottle is fully supported with just a few inches of the neck sticking out. Let's take a look at a fully furnished wine cellar so you can see how those fit. The shallow depth is offered as an economical way to maximize your wine storage with the minimal amount of labor and material. So it's a great affordable way for some of the racking you may want to purchase. Now let's take a look at these series. Rustic Pine is the first one. By hovering over this little information item, you can see a little pop-up. It's going to show you a little details about some of our series. The Rustic Pine is 6 feet tall, shallow depth, and offered in multiple stains. Now these links will give you a link to videos that we've done on the series, articles located on our blog, as well as a link to sample cellars, which is really handy. Looking across this chart, you can see that the 4 columns here are for an average 250 bottle cellar, 500 bottle cellar, 750 bottles, and 1,000 bottles. So that's what the average cost if you want to set up a cellar with that amount of bottles. The sample cellar cost per bottle simply averaged out we're using individual storage, diamond racks, and a few other components that will definitely change the average cost. So this is just a sample. With Rustic Pine, average cost would be $2.65 per bottle. Traditional Redwood, our second series here, is again similar to Rustic Pine. It's 6 feet tall with a shallow depth, multiple stains available, and you can see that the price per bottle is a little bit higher. This is because the traditional Redwood is simply using premium redwood as the wood material versus the Rustic Pine. Next up in our series is Winemaker. Now Winemaker is pretty unique in that it's offered in 3 and 4 foot increments. You can stack these racks all the way up to the ceiling or to any height. With the use of our base platforms, our crown and base molding, as well as centerline moldings, you can make your wine cellar look incredibly unique going from the floor to ceiling. Now we offer this series in pine and in premium redwood, and you can see the difference in cost, as well as the difference in cost with your sample cellars going up to 1,000 here. Now custom silver is anything you want to create. Our factory can do it for you. Offered in premium redwood, the average cost is about $3.73. It's sky's the limit with our custom, and anything you need, it's ready for you to be made. One of our features of custom silver, it's using a lot of open racking, so it can definitely keep those costs under control. Now moving along to our full depth racking. Let's take a look at a cellar that uses full depth racking. We have 13.5 inches deep, so the whole entire wine bottle is completely supported within this racking. And those few extra inches can add to the cost. But it's definitely a traditional choice offered for what you want to store your racks. Our designer series now. This is one of our series that's incredibly popular. We offer it in pine, premium redwood, mahogany, and all heart redwood, and you can see how the price per bottle can vary using those different wood components. Designer is similar to our Rustic Pine and our traditional redwood series in our shallow depth in that it's offered at 6 feet tall. Vintner, similar to Winemaker, is offered in 3 and 4 foot increments, as well as Vintner being offered in pine, premium redwood, mahogany, and all heart redwood. We also offer multiple stains that you can use to enhance the color on that. Custom Gold is our next in the line in our custom offerings. Using premium redwood, the average price would be $6.78. Now some of these cellars are starting with our custom. You're starting to get into beautiful custom options like our high display reveals, maybe some art, and especially with our custom platinum basic, moderate, and elaborate, you have floorings and ceilings that you can really custom make your cellar that will really push up that price and make things beautiful. With custom platinum basic, you can see that the wood offered is all heart, and with moderate, we're also factoring into this cost a classic mahogany stain, and with Platinum Elaborate, the cost is factored in with a stain and a lacquer, as well as multiple custom options with, like mentioned before, with the art. So let's go over, once you're ready to start your design, you can use our easy online design request form. Now, depending on if you want kit racking, or you have something custom in mind, or if you're a commercial application, you can click and take advantage of our form and we can get right back to you. However, if you'd like to take a look at a sample cellar we have, let's go through and see what one laid out room can take advantage of all these different series, what the prices would be, and what a sample cellar like that might look at. So let's go take a look. You can see that the room showing is 120 inches wide, 144 inches, and 96 inches tall. So taking into effect, we're going to design this room in each of our series so you can see the difference. Now this little chart tells you exactly the differences, so you can see it in the laid out format between our series and also our custom, and in all the different woods. It gives you the swatches, what the wine bottle capacity is, and what the price tag is. So let's start from the beginning. Rustic Pine, showing in our pine wood. You can see it's 6 foot tall. This is again one of our shorter depth series. Starting at $2.65, it's coming in on a little over $3,700 with a capacity of 1,400 wine bottles. Traditional redwood is again short depth, 6 feet high, but in our premium redwood. So you can see it's $3.31 per bottle, which is the price of this particular example here, and it gives you a great idea of how that goes on. Moving down to the last short depth series is our winemaker. This is, you can immediately tell what the difference is. These are stackable. They're sold in 3 and 4 foot increments, and you can see that the molding here in the middle is supporting those, going all the way up to the ceiling with beautiful molding on top and on bottom. Same configuration with the tabletop and glass rack and some case storage, but this is putting that price per bottle at $3.16. The price is $5,200, but the bottle capacity is almost 250 bottles more because you're going all the way up to the ceiling. You have a few extra inches there. Showing in our designer series, you can see again this is 6 foot tall racks, but these are full depth. They're going to support the whole wine bottle, and this example is in Rustic Pine. Rustic Pine being $3.78 at 4,500 for the entire cellar. The bottle capacity is 1,200 bottles. Scrolling down to the designer series in premium redwood, the price per bottle is higher because the premium wood again is a little bit more expensive. Designer series in prime mahogany, $4.82 per bottle, and in all heart redwood at $5.83 per bottle. Going down to vintner series, you can see similar to winemaker, it's stackable, going all the way up to the ceiling. Same types of configurations with a little case storage and an archway tabletop. The pine is at $4 price per bottle, pricing the cellar at $5,800. Bottle capacity almost 1,500 bottles. With the redwood, you're going to go up to $4.55 with a price of $6,600 for the cellar. So a lot of difference in that depending on your wood. Vintner series in prime mahogany, $5, a little bit over per bottle, and the Vintner series in all heart redwood at $6.21 per bottle. For the price for the entire cellar would be around $9,000. Moving into our custom, you can see that you're going to go all the way up to the ceiling in custom silver series, but it's short depth. You have a lot of open racking, which meaning you're using less wood, so it's a little bit more affordable. Taking that price per bottle is $3.73 with the price of $6,700 for this cellar, getting a bottle capacity of about 1,800 bottles in there. Moving up to our gold series, you can see that this is offered in premium redwood for this particular cellar. Immediately, the high display reveals for those wine labels are a big custom touch. A larger tabletop here with some diamond bins, maybe some LED lightings here and on the top. You can see the price per bottle is $6.78, making this cellar almost $11,000. Moving into our Platinum series, Platinum Basic, you can see that immediately you have your beautiful art that you're featuring, plus some custom flooring, You have radius curves here rather than angles, a lot of LED lights. So a lot of custom work here in this Platinum Basic. They're featured in all heart redwood, unstained and no lacquer. The price per bottle being $11.22, putting this Cellar at almost $17,000. Scrolling down to Platinum Moderate, you can immediately tell you have your all heart redwood with a classic mahogany stain. Still some beautiful flooring, art, a lot of different custom features, putting the price per bottle at $20.86, moving that Cellar to about $32,000. Our last feature is Platinum Elaborate. The ceiling has raised panel ceilings. You have really beautiful custom moldings. You have a tabletop in front, really solid diamond bins, and different case storage here that we're featuring. And that price per bottle is going to put you at $51.68, making this Cellar $78,000. So here's a few different features of our different series, going from kit to custom. And if you'd like us to help you with your custom wine cellar, please don't hesitate to visit us at winecellarinnovations.com.